inheritance upon the premature death of his secluded uncle, Daniel Reeves inherits an old manor far into the Kettlethorne Woods, a place that is told about in local legend but avoided by all. The will contains only one cryptic remark: do not sleep in the master bedroom, ever. Ignoring the villagers' myth, Daniel arrives at the manor. The villa is overrun with weeds, the forest unusually quiet. He enters with curiosity, but also with a queasiness he cannot shake off. The first night, the floor creaks under every step. Dust-choked air tickles his throat, and mirrors appear to be distorted, catching tiny changes in Daniel's face. Despite the restraint, he is drawn to the master bedroom. That night, Daniel dreams of clawed hands scraping beneath floorboards and muffled weeping echoing through the walls. He wakes to find deep gouges in the wooden floor beside the bed, and bloody fingerprints on the underside of the bed frame. The locked cellar daylight compels Daniel to investigate the source of the sounds. He discovers a concealed trap door in the study, held in position by dozens of rusty nails and age protection runes. When he can finally manage to get it open, a spiral staircase descends into the darkness. There are charred bones and chain crosses on the ground at the bottom. There is a rotting cradle in the middle. As he approaches, a soft lullaby begins to echo, a voice not his, singing in the walls. The cradle in the cellar rocks back and forth, its decaying wood groaning as if it's weeping. Daniel's flashlight wavers, sending spiky shadows across the walls. He feels he is being observed. Cold air tightens around his lungs. Then, one knock echoes from within the cradle. He inches closer, breath held. Inside it lies a shriveled, pitch-black bundle of bones, wrapped in mold-stained cloth. The bones twitch. Suddenly, an ear-shattering snap. The lights flicker off. In total darkness, Daniel is hearing whispering, a child's voice. Whispers at first, and growing louder, more insistent. The voice is saying repeatedly, "He buried me. He lied. He burned my name." From under the floorboards, fingers start to protrude, long, cracked, and inhuman. Daniel lets go of the flashlight. The fingers withdraw as something starts to crawl underneath him. Pressure mounts in his ears as if something is breathing the wood. He takes a rusty candlestick and runs away. But while escaping up the stairs, he notices something move in the mirror on the wall beside the door. It's him, just older, rotting, eyes black, talking in silence. "You brought him home. The Book of Binding. The house is coming to life now." Each board groans with whispers. The paintings hanging on the walls bleed blood. And Daniel starts discovering strange symbols etched on the wooden beams. New, but he doesn't remember carving them. In a frantic search, he finds a secret passage in the rear of the hearth. There is a room full of ash, an altar that had never been used, and next to it, a huge black book bound to a pedestal, The Binding of Nerith. The pages are skin, real skin, sealed together with sinew. His uncle's final entry is on the back wall. "I couldn't hold him down. The boy was the key, but I buried the wrong one. Let the house consume me before he returns." As Daniel speaks the incantations, the fire behind him ignites again. No wood, no fuel. Shadows spring on the walls, and then something responds back in the same tongue. A deep, guttural rumble from the floors below. Something very, very old, stirring. Daniel starts blacking out. He awakens one morning with blood beneath his fingernails and the word "yield" scrawled on the walls of his bedroom. He finds a trail of mud from the master bedroom to the basement. Worse, he watches video footage on his phone, apparently recorded by him. In it, he stands in front of the mirror, smiling, but with pitch-black eyes. He speaks in reverse, whispering names he doesn't recognize. Every evening gets colder and colder. It doesn't blow outside, but continues to howl within the villa. Shadows grow longer than where they began. On the 7th day, Daniel rends his shirt to find symbols etched into his skin, like branding. They shift when he looks at them. And now, he hears Nerith in his mind. "You are my vessel. You belong to the floor. The blood that sealed me now sets me free." Daniel begins vomiting soil, wet, grave-cold soil. The forest ritual. Daniel is no longer isolated. He journeys for hours through charred forests, barefoot, his eyes hollow. the book of binding held in the crook of his arm. Something within his eyes is doing the talking. He is drawn to an ancient clearing, lost to time, stones arranged in a spiral design, bordering a moss-draped altar of bones. He creates candles that he cannot remember carrying with him. He inscribes sigils in blood without noticing that he is cutting his own flesh. The forests shift, the trees groan, the animals flee. And then the sky is rent asunder with thunder, but without clouds. Dozens of spectral corpses stand along the periphery of the clearing. The ships that did not make it, the dead, their mouths stitched together, their eyes bleeding. One of them, his uncle, grasps out to him, attempting to shape a warning with his lips. Leave it incomplete. He'll wear your skin forever. But Daniel's mouth opens and chants begin pouring from him. Words not of man. Lightning hits the altar, which is split in two by the stone. Something emerges from beneath it. And Daniel bursts out laughing. Not his own laughter. 3 weeks after that, a rescue team is dispatched to locate Daniel after his friend reports him missing. What they discover is indescribable. The villa is bisected in two, split like an egg. The trees that surround it are black, with trunks twisted into tormented faces. Inside, all the mirrors are shattered, but all of them reflect the same thing. Daniel standing behind you, grinning. The book of binding is gone. No sign of Daniel is ever encountered. Only his phone still functioning, pictures stopping with him in the woods, speaking in a whisper. We're one now. I'll never go. Each week, the hikers can hear screams within the forest. Some glimpse a ghostly figure within the window of the villa. The local police won't step foot in Kettlethorne once more. And now, at night, under the floorboards of that accursed house, something paces and whispers, waiting for the return of the next bloodline. Months passed, and the land where Witherstone Villa once stood became overgrown, claimed by the forest as if it had never existed. The police found nothing but ashes and twisted iron buried in the soil. No bodies, no answers. The case was quietly closed, but the townspeople knew better. They speak in hushed tones of how, on moonless nights, cries echo from the trees, long, guttural wails laced with agony. Some hikers have gone missing nearby. Others return broken, muttering about eyes in the trees, about shadows that whisper their names. The villa may be gone, but what lived beneath it, what fed on pain and grief, remains, waiting, silent, hungry. And the forest, it remembers every scream.